Bond 25 finally gets its title. That is the headline on this week's NBA movie news.
And we're going to kick off the show, John, with that headline. Obviously, James Bond 25 has finally got a title. This comes in from The Guardian, and it's no surprise that it was going to come out. We knew it was at some point. It came out on a YouTube video. What did you think of that little promo?
Really enjoyed the little clip, Stephen. As you know, I'm not a massive Bond fan. I have seen a whole host of Bond movies, though. I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock not to have seen a good few Bond movies over the years. I've seen a lot of the Sean Connery ones. I thought the video was very cool. I loved the music, reminiscent of that classic theme, and just obviously Daniel Craig walking onto the screen, turning round. It was almost like the Beatles Anthology, Stephen, with that little shot of them playing, and then it zooms right out and we get the title. Wasn't so keen on the use of font for the title though. It was all a little bit stencilish. As you says, it was a little Auf Wiedersehen pet. So it wasn't great. But what do you make of the title, Stephen? No Time to Die.
Yeah, it's classic James Bond sort of a heading, you know. It's just
No Time to Die. What does that mean?
The man with the golden goose, you know. It's just typical, you know. It just sounds like a Bond movie anyway.
Who was the guy, Stephen, who did all the books that Bond was based on?
Fleming.
It was Fleming. Ian Fleming. I think they were using all of his sort of they were even delving into the book to find headlines or titles.
In all seriousness, it's an okay title. It sounds like a Die Hard sequel, but it's okay, John. It's nothing groundbreaking or anything like that. But James Bond titles normally aren't. But it's good to see, you know, all these cast members reprising these roles from previous movies, John. Apart from Grace Jones, she's not coming back according to this report because her cameo, she didn't have very many lines. Grace Jones was in A View to a Kill, as I recall. She must be getting on as well.
She must be,
She must be a good age now, but it's a shame to see she's not coming back for that, but I don't know what capacity it would have been anyway. The one I'm looking forward to the most is obviously Rami Malek, and he's going to be playing the lead villain in this movie. But getting the likes of Ralph Fiennes back, Christoph Waltz as well, Rory Kinnear, who I'm a fan of, it's a film I do want to see. You know, we do joke on obviously box office about the secret cinema for Casino Royale, but in all seriousness, it's probably one of my favourite Bond movies. So I would like to see that kind of standard.
That was his first
That
Bond
was the
movie,
first
wasn't
one,
it?
from 2005, I think it was, John, all those years ago. And it'd be good if it went out with that same sort of level of quality for this film. I'm looking forward to it. Love the promo as well. Just puts you in the mood for a Bond film as well.
Yeah, Stephen, I'm just looking through the various different other Bond titles to see where I would place this. There's far too many though, in all truth. But obviously, it's not Top Knights of Goldfinger or Doctor No. Die Another Day, that was Pierce Brosnan. That was kind of as if they've ripped it off. It's very much ripped off the sort of a Bond lexicon. It's like someone I think described it as, I'm taking off the Bond lexicon, I want to say, if that's correct, fridge magnet sort of a things and piecing it together to create the title. And it's exactly what it's like. Quantum of Solace was a very cool one. As you did mention previously there, Casino Royale was a very decent title as well. So they've had a huge amount of really interesting titles. Some inventive ones. Live and Let Die is a classic one as well. And this one just feels like it slips in somewhere in the middle of the pack in terms of iconicness. If that's even a word, iconicness.
We'll make it one.
Yeah, No Time to Die, it's okay. It's not amazing, it's not blowing me away, it's not absolutely terrible either. It feels like it just fits. In terms of the actual story, we don't know how that play into the story. I would imagine they've utilised it in a way where it fits into what we're seeing on the actual movie in terms of plot. They're saying that he's obviously retired at the beginning of the movie, he's living in Jamaica, and then he's thrust back into the world of espionage and obviously skullduggery as things start to play out with obviously the rise of Rami Malek's villainous character. This guy's supposed to have access to interesting technologies and whatnot, so I cannot wait, Stephen, you're absolutely right, to see Rami Malek playing an antagonist in a Bond movie. The guy is absolutely tailor-made for it, he's got the looks down, he likes to wear very interesting clothing, so I think we could pull off a Bond villain and some. Grace Jones wasn't there, she obviously threw a strop over lines, but I don't think she'll be missed. All in all, Stephen, I'm looking forward to it as well. I didn't know much about Cary Fukunaga when it was announced he was stepping into the place, obviously the departing Danny Boyle. But now that I've looked into this guy's filmography, and he's a good director, so I think they've got a steady pair of hands in there. Obviously it's not Danny Boyle, a steady pair of hands for me. I think he's still better, but look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll be very intrigued to see who is doing the theme for this, because we always get some big named singer in. We've had the likes of Sam Smith, Adele, and even getting further back, I'm sure there was other ones in there also, as I did mention, Wings, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, we were a couple that did We Built This City on Sausage Rolls.
God,
Who knows?
But
One of the things we know is going to come after this, John, very much like when Doctor Who wraps up, who's going to be playing him next?
yeah, Stephen, I was going to get into that. Yeah, you've flung me under the bus a little bit. I'm not quite sure who that is. They've says is going to step in. But yeah, they're saying it's going to be a potential female character taking over as 007. Shanna Lynch, who was obviously in Captain Marvel. I think she played Carol Danvers' best friend in the movie, also the Earth friend. She's apparently rumoured to be taking over. That's not what I heard. I heard that she would be in the role of 007 at the beginning of the movie, with obviously Daniel Craig's James Bond character off in Jamaica. She would die or something would happen to her, which would incapacitate her. Then he would then resume the mantra or the title of 007 going forward in the movie. I didn't hear that it's happening after, and it would be a passing of the baton over to Shanna Lynch. Yeah, I've not heard that they're not. Yeah, Bill Nye. I don't think I'd like to see that, Stephen. And that's just, I'm not being a privileged white male here.
I think
I don't think I'd like to see it.
Regardless of sex, John, I think the title 007 is assigned to one agent. It shouldn't be something that's passed on. The next agent should be 008.
And that's not connected to the male gender, Stephen. But just for me personally, going forward, I would like to see Idris Elba, for instance, finally get a shot at playing a Bond character, playing James Bond or 007. It doesn't have to be James Bond. If you want to go all Inception and start mucking around with it, James Bond finally dies. I know that was a real issue with Daniel Craig. He hated the fact that it was very, as you said, Doctor Who, where they always pass the baton on, he never dies. It lowers the stakes, there's no real risk. It's like the classic Partridgeism. James Bond's going to die, he's going to die. Well, he's not going to die, because he never die in these movies. So I can understand Craig. That was the bugbear between him and Danny Boyle that led to them parting ways. If he can finally increase the stakes and James Bond does die at the end of it, then we maybe get a new 007 agent with a different name. I prefer it to be Idris Elba, personally, but look, if they give it to Shanna Lynch, then good luck to her. Yeah, good luck.
James Bond, the new movie will come out next year, 2020, and we don't know when Jane Bond will come out, but we'll move on, John, to our next article. It's Apple TV Plus reportedly targeting November 2019 launch. This is... we knew this was coming, we didn't know when it was coming, but I didn't think it was going to come this soon. It kind of it's thrown itself in the hat. As we know, Disney Plus is coming out. The Mouse House's streaming platform will be home to the likes of Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, and just endless material.
ESPN and Hulu as well, Stephen.
One of the things that I think we talked about Apple TV, actual streaming service back in the podcast days. What we didn't know was the sort of level of content, the quality of content that would be getting thrown into this platform, John. But I'll let you in if you want to name drop a few of these directors that are going to be involved in this streaming platform.
Yes, Stephen, very impressive indeed. I didn't realise the likes of Taika Waititi were involved. They're in partnership with Apple. Obviously, you know, Steven Spielberg's in there. I think J.J. Abrams, I think they mentioned, was that right?
Yes, that's right.
Talking absolute crap.
He's reuniting with Jennifer Garner.
That's right, from I think Erastus. So there's a very impressive array of directing talent in here, Stephen. They're saying that this may appeal to a specific niche in the market, i.e. cinephiles. And I think they're further maybe building upon that with the partnership they've struck up with A24. Obviously that great studio that's been responsible for, I think, the likes of Midsummer, The Witch, and they're doing The Lighthouse with obviously Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe. So they've done a whole host of amazingly, almost art house movies. A24, they're very prestigious. So that further builds upon this concept that they may be going off in a different direction to Netflix and also Disney Plus. Disney Plus also, Stephen, has been announced as well. I think it was actually this morning. It was announced that they were doing the initial launch to 5 countries. I think it's Canada, the US.
Not got enough content for today.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're talking about it now.
No, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Leads into this though, Steve, because it's quite, I think, important to the context of why Apple have perhaps announced this. It's not available here. It's available in the Netherlands, Canada, America, I think, New Zealand, but not in the United Kingdom. And it's not available widespread. They're slowly releasing out their content on Disney Plus over a 2-year period. Whereas Apple, I think, are jumping on this and realising this is maybe a chance for us to get in the door, maybe attract some disenfranchised customers.
Yep.
And I think this is why they've announced it, Stephen. Do I think it will release in November 2019? I don't know, and I don't think you do either. I think this is maybe a little bit fanciful. We'll probably be looking at early 2020, maybe mid 2020, I feel. I don't know what type of content they have available to begin with. For Apple Plus.
Oh, right, I think
not Disney. No,
we're
not Disney.
Not getting Disney Plus.
I hope we do. I hope we get it very shortly, Stephen.
Listen, John, I don't think we're going to get it. I think we are going to have to put up with Disney Life or whatever it's called.
Oh, I hope not. Good Lord.
Because there's such a... I don't even think it's a complicated situation. I think it's just a situation that's speculation. It's been part of the sort of takeover of Fox and stuff like that, where your US counterparts will be getting all this stuff on the one streaming channel. We'll get some of it on Disney Life and the rest of it on Sky Movies. I think that's the way it's going to be, unfortunately.
Rupert Murdoch, what the hell do they call them, Stephen? Antipodian? You Antipodian git. Just hurry up and die. That's what I say. I don't like the man, Stephen. No. I'm not even going to hold back. He's an absolute cunt. That's putting it politely. This guy, you're right, Stephen, he's meddled in Netflix. He has a real hold on TV and stuff over here with Sky.
Well, listen, for an example, our former senior writer, Darren, he is on Netflix Canada, and they had The Last Jedi, probably a good thing in the long run. We've never had The Last Jedi on Netflix, never, not even for a month. I think we might have got The Force Awakens for maybe a few weeks. We've never had The Last Jedi.
But it's on Sky.
It's on Sky.
Box sets, yeah. Yeah, Stephen, I think you're perhaps right. I hope.
And we'll not get Endgame on it either.
I hope my heart of hearts, Stephen, that you're wrong though, and we do get Disney Plus. But I know that he does still retain control, Rupert Murdoch, of Sky. And obviously, I think the sports side or the news side of Fox. So there's a possibility you may be right. I don't know. I hope you're wrong though, because it is strictly Disney content. I feel that they will have, obviously, a say on how that content's consumed.
So I don't know in what capacity we are going to get The Mandalorian. I honestly don't know, John.
Illegal streaming, Stephen.
Well, there is that, but I can't imagine it would be on Disney Life. That's more sort of family orientated content. I think it might end up on Sky as well. It's a television series that the Sky Atlantic. I think it might appear.
Stephen, as long as I get The Mandalorian, then I'm happy.
But would you rather not have everything under the one roof?
I would rather have Disney Plus, Stephen. Absolutely. But Stephen, just getting back, obviously, because we've been off on a complete tangent. That's my fault.
That was a rant.
I'm getting on to Disney Plus here. That was my fault. I started that. But that's okay. It's all about being spontaneous, Stephen. We like it to be fluid. We don't want to be too rigid in the way we speak about things. Apple TV Plus, once again, Stephen, I feel like this is just them reacting. It's a reactionary move to the announcement from Disney, and they're seeing a potential to slip in the door, maybe to win over some customers before Disney rolls out their service completely. Because a lot of people are already assuming that it will be between Disney and Netflix, but I think a lot of people are writing Apple off. This is $1 billion, I think $1 trillion company.
They'd be silly to do that.
So they will have a big say on this streaming war and whatnot, a stream wars, whatever they're calling it. I think there's enough space, Stephen. We were speaking about it before we came on, in the market for all of these different streaming platforms to a degree. I think maybe 3. After that, you're pushing it big time. I can see Netflix, Disney Plus and Apple TV Plus living harmoniously together. Apple TV catering to cinephiles and maybe that type of content. Netflix doing what they're doing already, like comedy sort of specials, big comedy names coming in, their own unique content and TV shows, Stranger Things and whatnot, and then Disney have their Disney brand and just Marvel, Star Wars, everything really. So I think those 3 can live in a nice harmonious little bubble and all will be well. But it's just whether people can afford to pay for it all. But Stephen,
I was going to ask that, John, if obviously ignoring the monetary valuation of the subscriptions, if you could have them, would you have all three, or would you perhaps?
Yeah.
I've got to be honest with you. I think perhaps I would maybe keep two. I don't think I would have three
It
of
would
them.
depend on the quality of Apple TV plus
Disney Plus is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That would be the sort of primary one I would have.
And they're
if I
saying
could have it.
£7, Stephen, because of the poor performing pound. It will be £7 here. It's $5.99, I believe, in the States.
Yeah, they're saying that now.
Yeah,
That
£7.
changed. Netflix is always.
Well, it's up to £12 now, Stephen, for us. We do the multi-screen viewing
Yeah.
the device.
I'm very interested to see where Apple Plus will be going with their content. Obviously, they've got a huge range of talent on board anyway, so we know we're going to get some quality content. So really, just keep your sort of ears to the ground and listening to sort of feedback on how it goes. But I certainly will be interested if it can produce.
Stephen,
some
can you say that
content.
tongue twister though in this article before we move on? Best Picture contending awards, darling, or produced a can't miss zeitgeist series like a Stranger Things. I can say it, but Jesus Christ, that's some terrible writing there. But I'll move on swiftly.
John, we will move on to the next article. This is actually
I don't know what that was.
got good news here for Edward Furlong, and I'm glad to see it as well.
Yeah.
The guy's had a sort of rocky road over the past 26 years now.
Yeah.
Edward Furlong is talking finally and returning to the Terminator series. That was one of the things when the James Cameron came on screen. Was it Comic-Con? I think it was.
Comic-Con, yes.
Friday
night, I believe.
He so underplayed the announcement. It wasn't real. He dropped into the conversation. He was on the screens. I don't think he was actually there, wasn't he? Not. I think he might have been on set or something like that, and he was just wishing the cast and crew well, and just happened to mention that Edward Furlong was returning as well, to everybody's amazement, because there was no hullabaloo about it. There was no big announcement or bringing Edward Furlong onto stage. But it's good to see, and it's good to see that Edward Furlong, although he knows he can't say too much just now, because obviously his role, reprising this role, is very much a secret at the moment on how much of a role it is. I don't know if it's going to be a cameo or not, but he does say that it is a small role. I don't know if you want to maybe read what he did say, John.
I don't know if we can, Stephen, because it is quite profanity laden, to say the least. But he's very thankful and gracious of getting this call and obviously being offered a part in this movie. He says that he had the opportunity to return to the Terminator franchise. Obviously, I think he says Terminator 3.
That's right, yeah.
But he gone effed it up, I think he says, paraphrasing. But
I
he
think
also
physically
did,
and mentally he wasn't ready for that kind of role again, John.
Yeah, Stephen, I'm just glad, much like what you said, I'm just glad to see the guy is getting his opportunity to return as such an iconic character as John Connor.
He made the character, John.
He did make the character, Stephen. We both agreed it's probably one of the best parts in Terminator 2. For me, the best Terminator movie. He is one of the primary reasons why that movie is so enjoyable. Such a good performance for a young person.
Yeah, his relationship with Arnold Schwarzenegger was that scene at the very end. Just based on that screenshot, is the bit where he tears up and the Terminator finally understands why humans cry, but it's something that he can't do.
Beautiful.
It was a fantastic line. It shows the great writing of James Cameron as well.
It shows you the development of the relationship between these two characters, Stephen, John Connor and the T-800. T-800, I always get mixed up. But just the fact that he's managed to humanise this character, it's incredible. It's some story. It'd have been wrong not to have John Connor here. We also know that this Terminator Dark Fate is discarding the other sequels. It's taking place after the events of Terminator 2. You can't go from a John Connor heavy movie and not even reference him in the next movie.
This was the thing, John, after the trailer dropped, which I wasn't impressed with, but it was more to do with the visuals. I wasn't that impressed with them at all. I know it's a very early trailer, but I wasn't impressed with them at all. Then there was the talk about John Connor was being killed off. I know that a young boy was cast. That's obviously for flashback scenes. How did you feel about that? Did the news from James Cameron at Comic-Con change your mind on wanting to see this film? Because I think when those rumours were going about, there was a lot of angry Terminator fans out there.
I was one of them. You remember our reaction, Steve?
If this news hadn't dropped about Edward Furlong, they just weren't along to the theatre.
No, I was one of them.
To see this film.
I wasn't going to see it, Stephen, if it wasn't in the movie. I was absolutely raging to call it, it's a Scottish term. I was very, very upset that they were killing off John Connor in a flashback sequence and then focusing on some random character we don't even care about. Multiple Terminators going on in there. It just felt wrong to me. This guy was like the chosen one who was going to save humanity in the future in the Terminator movies. To discard him like he was nothing would have been completely wrong. I'm glad to see that James Cameron knocked it in the head right away at Comic-Con by saying he is in the movie. I think he deliberately threw it in, Stephen, without much fanfare to protect also Edward Furlong as well, just because he knows the guy is obviously coming back slowly but surely. I like to see redemptive stories as well. We've seen it with Robert Downey Jr. The guy was in the absolute gutter. Now he's raised out of it and he's like a phoenix risen. He's a better man for it, and I hope this is the case with Furlong as well.
Mickey Rourke as well.
Mickey Rourke as well, Stephen. So it's like a fairy tale Hollywood story. So hopefully he gets a reasonable role. It doesn't have to be a massive role. We've seen what Anthony Hopkins did with Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal. He had 8 minutes of footage and he just completely dominated that movie in terms of presence and everything. I don't think it will be even 8 minutes, but if he's getting even a decent role, they can muck magic with it and fill it out, and maybe he's getting all seeing, all hearing, omnipotent sort of a presence in the movie. I don't know, Stephen, but look, glad to see the guy's back. Hopefully he goes on to further his career and do better in the future.
I hope he has a happy life. But we'll move on to our final article, John. This comes in from Deadline, and it's Michael Rooker buckles up for the Fast and Furious 9. I know we actually threw this in because I know you're a big Michael Rooker fan. When you remember his name, that is. But he's going to be joining the likes of Vin Diesel, Charlize Theron, John Cena, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, Ludacris, Tyree Gibson, big fan, I know you are, John, and Helen Mirren, who have previously obviously been announced for this.
I didn't know she was in it.
Film. So, what's your feelings on this, John? We all know him as Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy. And
obviously Meryl from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
That's what set me off. That's down that slippery slope, Stephen. The last time I had troubles, I says I love the guy. He's a great actor. And obviously he played Daryl Dixon's brother in The Walking Dead. I couldn't even remember Meryl's name. And then I couldn't remember Michael Rooker's name. So yeah, I do though. I think he's a fantastic actor. Great guy off the screen as well. We were speaking about him shopping for comics, Stephen. He's just a really likeable, humble chap. And I'm glad to see he's joining this franchise. The guy is just, as they do say here, he's in a role with a slew of parts coming within the next year or so. And he's such a good actor, Stephen, such a varied actor. I loved him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is there any way he can come back though?
I would hope he can come back, because I love that Yondu character and just the whistling and the arrow, just an amazing look and everything. His relationship with obviously Star-Lord, Peter Quill. But this is not what we're talking about, I digress. We're talking about him joining Furious 9. Stephen, I have to go back and watch the Fast and Furious movies after watching Hobbs and Shaw and getting reasonable enjoyment out of it. It's obviously getting off in this wacky direction. They're talking about it's not out with the realms of possibilities of them broaching space in future movies. So maybe I have to go back and give it a chance. I've seen the first 4, maybe 5, and I tapered off and I didn't watch it again. I need to go back now that Michael Rooker's in there. Maybe this will bring me in, because I do love the chap in general, and just maybe he'll play a villainous character.
I think as well, John, with the the franchise itself. You touched on it with Hobbs and Shaw. I think this has opened up more possibilities to bring in the likes of these guys like Michael Rooker, very much like the Expendables, those kind of guys. You know, you've got the likes of Dolph Lundgren, Mel Gibson, and all that. You know, you can bring them into this franchise and then go off and do some spin-off and such. The same kind of level as Hobbs and Shaw. I think the possibilities are endless, because at some point they are going to perhaps maybe call it a day on the actual Fast and Furious franchise. They're up to their 9th film now in that. So, well, we don't know, John. I mean, everything's got a shelf life, but I think the Hobbs and Shaw, I said this the other day when we were talking about it on Box Office, there was a purpose for that film. It performed reasonably well as well here in the UK, and I don't think the studio were that bothered. It wasn't a massive success. It was almost like a guinea pig to see if the audience would take to this sort of form of Fast and Furious franchise.
The studio were terrified, apparently. They didn't drop the embargo for reviews for critics until the day before the movie released. So they were terrified of this movie's performance. I think the fact that it's even eked out a sliver of a profit will make them very happy.
Yeah.
And Tyrese Gibson will be drowning in his sorrows, a little git that he is.
Yeah.
I'm finding this guy more and more unlikable, Stephen, the more he opens his stupid mouth. Just some of his comments. Bitterness towards Dwayne Johnson, a guy who's come in and probably reinvigorated the franchise. He should be happy that he's even sharing a set with Dwayne Johnson. Such a humble guy, hard working chap. How you can hate him is beyond me. But look, he's a bitter little man. Stephen, I don't know whether it will ever end. There was also talk of Keanu Reeves stepping in and doing a cameo in Hobbs and Shaw, but the door was left ajar for him.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds also made an appearance, so they're bringing more and more star power in as the days go on. Vin Diesel's still in there. I'm not a huge fan of Vin Diesel, but yeah, as I said, I'll go back and watch him, take it from there. I know obviously, what was the chap's name? Paul Walker passed away a few years back, and that I did see that sequence at the end. That was some amazing CGI trickery to bring him in, utilising his brother. But yeah, Stephen, not much more to add to it, other than to say that I will go back and give it a bash and see where it goes. And also with Michael Rooker being in here, that will perhaps tempt me furthermore. Final thing I'll add is, it'll be intriguing to see just what the hell happens with this movie, because there's been a lot of issues behind the scenes. I think a stuntman, Vin Diesel's stuntman, fell 100 feet and landed in the ground. His cord snapped and he was badly injured. There's been a lot of controversy and behind the scenes stuff happening, so I'm trying to see if that affects perhaps some of the performances. I said before I let you in, Stephen, that Michael Rooker could perhaps be playing a villain, but I think the fact he's been cast so late into production, it's a very late addition. I very much doubt it. Maybe it's much like Ryan Reynolds and Hobbs and Shaw. I'll just add them in and we'll see where it goes after that.
And we'll just end the show on that note, John. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us, and we will be back again tomorrow with the blog rundown.